What's up, guys? Joe here with Podcast 44, and I'm here to talk to you about an article about something in the news today, basically. But first, I'd like to say Happy Non-Smoking Day, I guess, if you don't smoke, but I do, so fuck that shit. And, right, so what I'm going to talk about is smoking related for this day of non-smoking, and that is a new legislation that might be passed. Well, part of it is being passed, part of it's just in discussion, about tobacco displays in shops. Now, what is actually going to happen, I'll tell you first, and that is, by 2012, it starts in 2012 for large stores and for smaller shops in around about 2015-ish. You know, when you go in a shop, they've got the wall of tobacco at the back, with all the cigarettes and that's gonna be gone, and they're gonna have to put it under the counter now, and that is supposed to discourage people who don't smoke yet wanting to start. It gets rid of that, the last bit of advertising tobacco companies have, pretty much. And I'm gonna tell you a couple of facts about smoking first, right? Because we live in a nation now that wants to help us by stopping, to make us want to choose to stop smoking. Although I disagree with that, because I think if you want to do what you should do what you want to do. But yeah, first thing he done was raise the smoking age from 16 to 18 here in the UK. People my age might even remember that. They're going to start taking tobacco products out of vending machines, like you see in pubs. Those are going to be going. Basically, the number of people that have been smoking has been dropping steadily since the 70s, pretty much. And yeah, and it's the most regulated habit. And well, those are my facts. Okay, what's next on my list? Oh yeah, Canada, Ireland, and Finland and Iceland have already put similar laws in place to this, but similar but not exactly the same. And yeah, I've already said about the ambitions of it. It's basically to stop people who don't smoke wanting to start, and yeah, and if you quit smoking, it gets rid of that temptation and whenever you go in to buy a newspaper, for example. And I personally believe that it will make no difference. I honestly don't. Because if you're a smoker and you go into a store, you already know what your brand is. You've known that since you started smoking, pretty much, because you pick what you want to do. Like, I smoke the same stuff as my dad because, well, I saw him smoking it and I thought that would be a nice one to try. I did, and I liked it, so I continued. And basically, another reason why I don't think this will work right, is because the NFRN, the National Federation of Retail News Agents, it says this is basically unfair for shopkeepers, because the smaller shops are going to lose out on a lot of business when compared to the larger ones, because it's going to be harder than for them to get the money that you do from cigarettes, because here in this country you get very high amounts. Like, most of what we pay in the UK is tax. And yeah, and they're saying it's discriminating against law-abiding consumers. They're not counterfeiting and all that stuff. So yeah. And also, another big thing, that there's also one other thing, I'm not sure if I mentioned yet, but I'm going to mention it again. They want to, because they've already planning on doing that, right, getting rid of the displays, but there's one other thing they want to do, and that is to force tobacco companies to put all tobacco products, cigarettes and rolling tobacco, in plain packets. So it's just going to be plain white with the warnings on and the name, I think, and they've been talking about this since the last government in the UK was in place, Labour, and now the coalition, which is, if you don't know and you're not British, it's Conservative and Liberal. They're discussing it further to see what happened. But yeah, they want to put them in plain packets, so there's absolutely nothing that looks appealing about them, and they think that's going to stop it even more. It's going to discourage people. But there's one really large problem with this, and that is, if tobacco is all sold in a plain white pouch or plain white boxes, it becomes very, very easy to counterfeit. Now, counterfeiting is already a huge problem in this country. I saw a documentary about it yesterday, and with this, it's basically going to get much, much worse if this goes through. But yeah, those are my views on the subject. I'd like to hear yours, so please leave comments below. I'll give you a link to the BBC article that is on the website for this. So yeah, comment, thumbs up, and subscribe. I'll speak to you later.